What's going on, everybody? Give everybody a few minutes. Whoever's up, I imagine there's a lot of people up. Um, I thought I was gonna go to sleep. I thought that I could sleep, but not gonna be able to. So on nights like this, when I can't sleep, I hit that stream button, and hey, everybody! I see everybody coming in. Um, and I just wanted to talk for a second because I don't think anybody's gonna sleep tonight. A lot of things are happening around the country. Obviously, the election. Donald Trump just declared victory, and it was so egregious that you have conservatives who are coming out saying very clearly um, that no, Donald Trump, you haven't won. And I have this weird thing that's happening, um, and I kind of want to explore it with you because I think that there's something meaningful in it. I'm not worried. I'm not. I'm not stressed. I'm not bugging out. Um, I'm not vexed. I don't fully understand why I'm not stressed. It's not that I believe that this is going to automatically. Thanks, Jake. I see you there. Um, I'm just not worried. And it's not because I'm confident that Joe Biden is going to prevail. I'm not confident that Joe Biden is going to prevail. If I refresh my screen, let me take a look at the election results so far. I mean, it's any combination of things that could happen at this point. And Donald Trump is rolling out the exact strategy that I knew he was going to roll out. Donald Trump is rolling out the exact strategy that I knew he was going to roll out, which was to declare victory. I think I have that on my sheet from TYT earlier tonight. Would Donald Trump declare victory early? Let me pull it up. But I knew he was going to do it. It looks like there's a possibility that Republicans can maintain the Senate. I think what it actually is, and I just want to be sure. I want to be sure that I say something first before I go into discussion. What I'm getting ready to say is really an exploration of what I'm feeling right now, folks. So it might not be beneficial to you at all whatsoever. So I want you to, I know you don't need my permission, but maybe leave the stream and just, those folks who are interested in that kind of thing right now, because I don't have any reassuring words for you in terms of how this is going to turn out. Okay. I don't. I think Donald Trump is going to use every machination at his disposal. And the only thing that can save America at this point uh, is is whether or not people who have made a living out of telling lies will finally be willing to tell the goddamn truth. So I want to be sure this may not be the stream for you. Okay. It's gonna be. I just want to say it may not be the stream. I don't have anything to console you. I just am not worried. And the reason I'm not worried is probably a combination of a couple of things that I have noticed in my life, that when there is chaos is when I'm actually at my calmest. That's just my personal idiosyncrasy. I do well in chaos. And what Donald Trump is bringing to this country right now, this moment, with his declaration of victory, is pure, uncut, unadulterated chaos that can lead to all out war. And you know what? I think the reason I'm calm is because if that's what this country wants, and is going to do to itself in order to protect itself from ever addressing its problems, did we ever stand a chance to begin with? I think the thing is that I've come to terms with something. I'm telling you folks, this ain't a good stream for you. I'm telling you, this is not a good stream, because the reason I'm zen right now is because I have an inner peace that is a light that can calm you. No, the reason I'm zen right now is because if this motherfucker wants war, see, the reason I'm zen is because if Republicans, if you are ignorant enough to go down this road with Donald Trump, you're going to find that there are a lot of us on the other side of the equation that are equal to the task. It's not, I'm not zen because I'm at peace. I'm at zen because if you want war, keep acting ignorant. Keep looking at us and telling us that the sky is green and the grass is blue. Keep looking at us and telling us what's true is a lie and what's a lie is true. Keep telling us that. Because we have come to a crossroads in this country at this juncture in our lifetime. I think most of you probably never thought that you would be in the generation that could literally see the demise of this country. But so many people in this country have made it clear that they're more than willing to burn this country to the ground for the sake of their hatred for other people. And I'm not one to wince or cry aloud. I'm not. I'm cool, man. I'm good. Because they're going to find on the other side of the equation that there are people who lived through this already in 2000. In the year 2000, we lived through this already. And we saw democracy stolen from us in 2000. I was a grown-ass man in 2000. I saw what you guys did, and we're doing it again. Except you got a little bit better at it because you managed to stay focused, conservatives. You managed to stay so focused on your goal. I know what it is. It's that I'm guilty in my personal life of what conservatives are getting ready to do to this country. I am guilty of being so myopically focused on my own selfish personal goals that I completely forget to see what the hell is going on around me. Conservatives, are you that committed to your own personal goals that you would be blind to the fact that you're getting ready to burn this country to the ground, not rhetorically, but literally? I mean, I'm guilty of it in my personal life. So I recognize it, and maybe that's why I'm calm. I'm still trying to understand why I'm absolutely zen, and I probably will be able to go to sleep comfortably tonight, despite the fact that I understand very clearly that we're dealing with people who would burn this country to the ground for the sake of their agenda. And cool, man. Look, let me tell you something. The very worst thing, I don't have anything meaningful for y'all tonight. So go ahead and click off the stream. I'd rather talk to about 50 people who actually are interested in me figuring this out live on air. I think maybe I'm calm because the only alternative to being calm is snapping. Snapping. The only alternative to calm in this scenario You're not going to steal democracy from us again. You are not going to steal democracy from us again without hearing from us. I want to repeat. You are not going to steal democracy from us without hearing from us. Because look at what happened in 2000. Look at what happened in 2000. You stole democracy from us in 2000 with a Supreme Court decision in Bush versus Gore that was so egregious that the justices themselves said that this decision cannot be used as precedent. Okay? That's how absurd it was in the year 2000. What happened? We are still locked into the wars that came as the result of George W. Bush stealing democracy from us in 2000. We still have had a generation of wars that were locked into this day. The Middle East has been destabilized for the foreseeable future. Thousands of American troops lost their lives. Hundreds of thousands of Iraqis lost their lives because you stole democracy from us in 2000. In the year of our Lord 2016, democracy was stolen from us again using some tools that are directly the vestiges of slavery. I'm not going to devote my time to talking about the fact that it is the very thing that was used to protect slave owners that we refuse to do away with, that is now in the position to destroy this country. The Electoral College was a concept that was designed, one of the protections for slave owners. There were several, but one of them was the Electoral College. And we have enshrined it in our country to the point where now what we did to protect, what y'all did to protect slave owners at the beginning of this country is now positioned to burn the country to the ground. Because in 2016, the majority said one thing, but the Electoral College said another thing. Oh, that's just how our system worked. But why is it there in the first place? Because it was there to protect slave owners, slave states. So America's original second sin, genocide of Native people, we can never erase that. But America's second sin is still haunting us in 2020. I'm so chill on the fact that these people are so committed to their racism and their white supremacy. Here's the gag, man. They don't even care about their own lives. They will go to a COVID super spreader concert and contract COVID-19 because they believe in this so much. So why would we think that they will preserve democracy when they won't even preserve their own lives? Why would we expect them to preserve American democracy when they won't even preserve their own lives? Riddle me that, Batman. I'm Zen because when you understand that you don't get to control the narrative of your life, but there is a narrator who's laughing at all of your plans. Let me get off that because I don't want to go down that road yet. But let me just say this. Somebody better send a message to the president of the United States that I don't know who the fuck he think he is, but he's not going to steal democracy from us. He better step the fuck back and let the American people speak, because we saw what happened when democracy was stolen from us in 2000. We are still locked in those wars today. Do you think we're going to stand by and let you steal democracy from us and put us on a path that we'll never recover from? See, we understand the score, or at least I do. I've done the math. I've gamed this out in my head. And the real question that conservatives need to ask themselves tonight, are you so myopic and so focused on your goals that you don't notice that we are not going to lay down and take this quietly? So I'm not distressed. Of course, I'm always a ball of rage. Anybody, it doesn't matter. Whenever, let it pop. Let's let it pop. I would prefer not to. I mean, I got plenty of criticisms of the Democrats. That's a whole nother. But what the problem that we have tonight, right now, is that we're dealing with the president of the United States who says, I don't give a damn about your democracy. I don't give a damn about how fragile your country is. I don't care. He laughs at that shit. He laughs at the fact that we actually think that he should care about democracy. That's the problem tonight. The problem tonight isn't Joe Biden. The problem yesterday, the problem tomorrow, the problem a month ago, the problem a month from now. Yeah, let's talk about Joe Biden. Let's talk about the fecklessness of the Democrat. We can talk about it. That's not the problem. The problem tonight is that the president of the United States just went on television and said that he won the election when he clearly did not. When he clearly did not. Which suggests to me that conservatives, you're either going to put your boy in check or the people. What do you expect us to do? Can I? Because I think that's why I'm cool, man. I'm cool because when you're faced with no options, the option is very clear. When you're faced with, when your back is up against the wall, the option is the reaction, whatever comes out, whatever happens, you have no control over it. You just have to respond. It's a difference. You know what? You know what's stressful to me? I have to take a deep breath, because what's stressful to me is when I'm in a position where I have to decide whether or not what I do is going to be the problem. If I do X, Y or Z could happen. I don't do well, but that's when I do bad. I'm like, ah. But when you force my hand, I'm cool, bro. It wasn't my choice to begin with. That's why I'm Zen. Right? If the president of the United States so chooses to seize democracy from us tonight and tomorrow and the rest of the week through their machinations, I would not have been the person responsible for what happens after that. He is. So I guess I'm Zen because it's really like, it's kind of a cop-out. I'm Zen because he's forcing our hand. Donald Trump, you are forcing the hand of the American people. And the only people that can really stop you are the people who surround you in your party. And I want to ask them a question, folks. Is this really the path that you want to go down? I know the malicious. Listen, I know the Proud Boys and the Boogaloo Boys think they got more guns than us. But do you really want to actually find out if that's the case? Okay. No. I don't know. I think that there quite literally has to be enough people who have gamed this entire scenario out. Oh, I know what's going on. I'm like, I don't feel well. What's going on is I took 2 sleeping pills because I thought I was going to bed. But apparently, those mobile devices just keep you awake. There has to be enough conservatives who have sat down and actually gamed this out. And as you game it out, you come to an impasse and say, if we continue down the path that we are continuing on, then the answer to the question that everybody has in the back of their mind is answered with who has the most guns. And do you really want to mess up your Thanksgiving with that shit? There has to be there has to be at least enough conservatives on that side of the aisle who understand that if you allow Donald Trump to just do whatever the hell he wants, there are questions about our democracy that have not yet been answered that will then have to be answered based on who has the most weapons. And I know your automatic assumption is that, oh, you have the military on your side, but do we even really want to entertain that? Is that something we really want to be discussing on our news media? Is that something that we really want to discuss on social media? Can we not be reasonable people enough to say, hey, this has been quite the experiment in a stress test for our democracy. This might very well be the very best place for us to take a step back and say, oh, chill the hell out, Donald Trump. You didn't win. But whatever you decide, I'm okay with, because the ball is in your court. If the ball was in my court, I probably would be a nervous wreck right now. But we did everything that we could. So the ball is in your court. And maybe the reason I'm Zen is because I'm indecisive. I don't like having to make the decision. So if the decision is in your court, conservatives, tell us how you want to play this game. Tell us how you want to proceed. And before you answer that question, you need to ask yourself, is this really the road we want to go down? Because it's not hubris. It is not hubris, folks. It is not to say, oh, we got bigger guns and leftists have guns. No. It's to say, once we go down that road, you have no idea who's going to win, who's going to lose, who's going to suffer, whose family is going to be destroyed, whose future is going. Like, it's not about hubris at all. It's really to say, are there not enough Republicans and conservatives who have enough working digits to realize that they don't really want what they think they want? You think you want conflict. But when that seal is taken off of Pandora's box, we have absolutely no idea how this is going to end, except for one thing we can be certain of. It's going to end with the misery of hundreds of millions of people. And the reason I'm addressing conservatives is, quite honestly, you're the only people who can. The ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. So I can go to bed tonight, because it's sleeping. It's not really sleeping pills. It's like whatever that all natural stuff is. I can go to bed tonight and sleep like a baby, because I know when I wake up in the morning, the decision would be made for me. You're going to make the decision for us, Republicans, whether or not we answer this thing through a fair democratic process or through other means. And since this girl told me a long time ago, she said, Ben, you're so indecisive. And I was like, indecisive? What do you mean indecisive? I make decisions all the time. No, she was right. I'm indecisive. Melatonin. Thank you, Francisco. I am actually glad that I don't have to make this decision. Conservatives do. Because if you keep going down this road, you are going to force the hands of people who are not going to bow, who are not going to relent, who are not just going to let you steal democracy from us. Our back is up against the wall. What do you think we're going to do? And can't we all just agree that that's not the path that we want? Very simply put, what Donald Trump, I'm going to make it very clear. What Donald Trump said tonight and is doing right now is a prelude to war. And it is a war that the Proud Boys and the Boogaloo Boys really think that they could win. But once they have been run through, then what? How does that look on the other side of that? Chaos, bloodshed, death, destabilization. Do you really want to allow Donald Trump to create that as a firm possibility? If your answer is yes, then keep playing around. If your answer is we should probably back off of this at this point because we didn't really want to take this thing to war, then you need to get your boy. Get your boy, put him in check, and tell him to sit the hell down until all the votes are actually counted and stop actively trying to suppress our democracy. Because you're not going to sit here and steal democracy from us and expect us to just say, oh, well, it was a good fight. No, we did that in 2000. And as a result, we're still in war right now, 20 years later. We're not going to do it again in 2020, not the year of our Lord 20 and 20. So I can go to bed and let those of you who are making those decisions, conservatives, make that decision for me. So when I wake up in the morning, I kind of know whether or not what I got to do, what we have to do. The ball is in your court. I'm carrying my black ass to bed. Good night. Oh, wait, no, I see somebody. Somebody said, you sound mad. Bruh. Yeah. But I'm mad because they're not going to steal democracy from us. I'm Zen because the choice is theirs, not mine. I did my part. So if they want to jump up, they can get smacked down. That's their call. But I think I'm foolish enough to believe that there are enough conservatives who really think rationally, even though they pretend like they don't, who will clearly say, we need to let this process play itself out. Because if we don't, Donald Trump has successfully thrown a match on one of the most flammable situations in American history. See you in the morning. Let me know what you decide, conservatives.